Former Tottenham Hotspur head coach Mauricio Pochettino has spoken out about Hugo Lloris and described working with him as amazing. Eric Dier on the World Cup in Qatar. Jurgen Klinsmann on England's chances at the World Cup and thoughts about Harry Kane. Spurs and Arsenal to battle it out for French striker. Links to Min-Jae and James Maddison. And reports are stating that Spurs will be watching a Ghana international during the World Cup. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another episode of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start by talking about former Tottenham Hotspur head coach Mauricio Pochettino. Now Saturday marked the 3-year anniversary of Tottenham Hotspur sacking Mauricio Pochettino as Tottenham Hotspur boss. Now he has been talking recently to The Athletic all about Tottenham Hotspur captain Hugo Lloris and said Hugo worked so hard, him winning the World Cup, it shows all the people who trusted in him were right. Now, also in the interview, Mauricio Pochettino described working with Hugo Lloris as amazing and also said that Hugo Lloris is without doubt one of the best goalkeepers to play football in the last 5 to 7 years. The Leicester Mercury have reported that Newcastle United are now favourites to sign Leicester City star James Maddison ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. According to Sky Bet, Newcastle United are now favourites to sign him in the January transfer window, odds of 7-4. Spurs are 8-1 to sign James Maddison in the January transfer window. Now, in the last couple of transfer windows, Tottenham Hotspur have been heavily linked to defender Min-Jae. Well, in the last couple of weeks, we have been heavily linked with him again, possibly signing him in the upcoming January transfer window. Reports in the last 24 hours in Italy have been published, in particular from La Gazzetta dello Sport, and they are stating that Napoli could remove the release clause in Min-Jae's contract, which is €50 million, the equivalent of £43.4 million. Now, also on Saturday, an update was provided by a transfer expert and Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano on the Min-Jae situation. He has stated no chance for Min-Jae to leave in the January transfer window despite rumours. He's going to complete this season with Napoli. Napoli are preparing a new contract and they want him to extend the agreement in 2023. Another report from Italy are stating that Spurs will be tracking Mohamed Kudus at the World Cup in Qatar. Sport Witness have stated that Tottenham are interested in the Ajax attacker and Antonio Conte is keen on attacking reinforcements in the January transfer window and could add the Ghana international to his list. Tottenham Hotspur defender Ben Davies is, of course, in Qatar at the moment playing with Wales, and Wales haven't played in the World Cup for 64 years. He has come out and said, we've done the Euro, so what's the next step we can take by reaching the World Cup and to have the chance of doing something special? Ben Davies then went on to say there's a new feeling for us facing teams that we've not played against before. It is a success for us as a country just to qualify for a World Cup, but that doesn't mean we don't have a lot of ambition to do something special in this competition. Ben Davies then went on to say there's a new feeling for us facing teams that we've not played against before. It is a success for us as a country just to qualify for a World Cup, but that doesn't mean we don't have a lot of ambition to do something special in this competition. The Spurs under-18s were in action on Saturday. We played Chelsea at Hotspur Way in the under-18 Premier League. Sadly, we fell to a 2-1 home defeat, Jamie Donnelly scoring Tottenham's only goal. And after the game, coach Stuart Lewis said we could have been more decisive. A report has just been published by the Daily Express and they are stating that Arsenal and Tottenham are both reportedly working on a deal to sign France forward Marcus Thuram in the January transfer window. Borussia Mönchengladbach are willing to sell the player for as little as £8.7 million. Now, Tottenham Hotspur legend and, of course, former Germany international Jurgen Klinsmann has been talking about England's chances at the World Cup and will Harry Kane lead England to glory in Qatar. He said, if I look at England, the squad knows it is very strong. It has proved it over many years. There is progression in place. Klinsmann then wanted to say they played fantastic in Russia and then at the Euros. So if you are a player or manager with England now, your expectation is we have to go to Qatar and win. The same with Germany, Brazil, Argentina and Spain. They go to these competitions to try and win. England are now in that company. Klinsmann then went on to talk about Harry Kane and said, Harry Kane is the complete number 9 and in the top 5 in the world. But we have suffered a bit with him because he is the kind of player of whom you wish trophies. Maybe in Qatar it will happen for him. Now, on Saturday, Tottenham Hotspur defender Eric Dier, whilst on international duty, took part in the England press conference ahead of the game in the World Cup against Iran. And he's come out and said that the World Cup issues in Qatar has put players in a difficult situation.
Look, if you don't want to comment on it, I appreciate it. Look, you're a footballer, you don't have to. But
no, I think that's the important message for me is obviously for us is extremely difficult every day. For all of us as players, we come here and we know that these topics are going to be addressed, and it's a difficult situation for us. You know, I was looking today because I thought I'd probably get this kind of question, and the World Cup was awarded here to Qatar in 2010, I think, and I was 16 at the time. You know, so it's very difficult for me to talk on it because we as players have absolutely no say in where we play. It's those decisions are made by people way above us, and obviously we're the ones that end up sitting here having to answer these kind of questions, and it's a difficult situation for us, for every, not just us, every team, every player is going to experience it throughout the whole tournament, and it's disappointing. You know, I think for us, for me individually, I carry the values that I've been given by my family and what I've grown up in and the people that have educated me. I carry those values wherever I go, and at the same time I respect everywhere that I go.
Now, my thoughts on these stories in this episode. Let's start with Mauricio Pochettino. 3 years on Saturday marked the anniversary of his sacking. 3 years. Wow, that has gone quick. Of course, we've had Jose Mourinho, Ryan Mason, Nuno Espirito Santo, and of course now Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte definitely deserves his chance, and you never know, Pochettino could be back one day. But Antonio Conte has got to finish this job at Tottenham, and hopefully, as I keep saying on this channel, hopefully he will deliver us a trophy that we all desperately need as fans. And of course, some of these players, Harry Kane, Eric Dier, Heung-min Son, Hugo Lloris, there are so many players that have been at the club many, many years, and it would be so nice to see them lift silverware. And of course, Pochettino spoke very highly of Hugo Lloris, saying it was amazing working with him, and without doubt one of the best goalkeepers to play in the last 5 to 7 years. I completely agree. That is why it would be so nice to see someone like Lloris win silverware at Spurs. Of course, he's won the World Cup with France, but I would love to see him win silverware with Tottenham, definitely. Of course, Eric Dier took part in the press conference for England on Saturday, press conference. He said some very, very interesting things. If you'd like to hear or watch Eric Dier's press conference, it is available on this channel, so do check that out. Now, transfer rumours. Leicester Mercury, of course, stating that Newcastle United are now favourites to sign James Maddison. I tell you what, if Spurs could get this deal with James Maddison done, I tell you what, it would certainly excite a lot of fans. He is one hell of a player that I feel that he would fit in very, very well to this team and certainly improve us immediately. And that is what this January transfer window is about, or any window is about. We saw what happened with Kulusevski and Bentancur. When you have players walking straight into the starting 11 and make that impact, it could, be the difference of finishing in the top 4 or not, and it could be the difference of challenging for the Premier League or not. So, real quality signings are definitely needed in the upcoming windows. And the Min-Jae one, of course, quality defender. Would he adapt to the Premier League? That is a big question. But we could have picked him up in previous windows very cheaply, and now he has this release clause in his contract of €50 million. That will be an interesting situation, but would I like to see Min-Jae in a Spurs shirt? From what I've seen of him, he looks a decent defender, and at the moment we could certainly do with some defensive reinforcements. And I just wanted to say, actually, best of luck to every single Tottenham Hotspur player who is at the World Cup in Qatar. Of course, the competition starts Sunday evening. That will be interesting. Ben Davies is, of course, with Wales. They haven't been there for 64 years. So that camp must be very, very excited right now. But wishing Ben Davies all of the very best. And, he must be thrilled to be there, as is Harry Kane leading England. Hopefully, in the last couple of competitions, we've done very well. Couldn't quite get over the line last year in the Euros. Can England go that step further? Personally, I'm hoping that England can go all the way. And it would be so nice to see Harry Kane lift the trophy as well. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you are listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.